Snap off and one. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. That's complete to Robinson. A gain of 6 there on first.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
X3, 218, chop. Hey, Haywood.
Again, it's Rosen. And Robinson with a big catch. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day on offense. 80. Check. Crunch. Check.
They'll run forward to Cohen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Trying to finish off this opening drive. From the 3, this is 3rd and goal.
Hey, echo.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And that's caught for a Bear touchdown. It's the tight end, Trey Burton. Trey Burton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, check Michael Allen. Check Michael Allen. Hey, Zoo. Hey, check Michael Allen.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, shame on them, Coach Davis. They went against your advice. They threw the football, and now they're backed up to punt this away.
They're actually fortunate. They went against my advice, but they didn't turn it over, right? No takeaway for the defense. They'll punt it now. They probably could have gained a few yards if they ran it, though, and helped out with field position.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. On the return is Cohen. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And now this throw complete to Washington. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. From the gun, it's Rosen. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. A give running right is counter. And some space here. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. James Conner, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 37. Check 37. Jim.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
3 down. 6:30. Hey, wahoo!
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Let him know.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Rose into the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. 1st down, a run with Cohen. 14 yards into Chicago, 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice gain.
Monday. Hey, box truck. Check the call. 91.
Rosen on 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Mark 50, Mark 50, Mark 50. Blue down. Hey, Mark 7. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. What a 50. Big series right here, so we got to step it up. Hey. Go. Got to do better.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Touchdown, Packers. A 16-yard touchdown. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point attempt to follow here. They haven't fully climbed the mountain, but they've started the ascent here with that score.
I like that, right? I think they've left base camp now, okay? So they've started to move their way up the mountain. Long way to go, but at least they know it's manageable.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Oh, what a juke into space. The 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as the Bears push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's such an impressive first half to get that lead. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Hey, check Michael, check Michael. Hey, Delta. Three bucks. Hey, check.
In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. 14 yards into Chicago 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now Rosen on 1st down. That's going to be caught. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season as the Bears push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's get off the field.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Hey, you block over here.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been terrific so far. Here comes Cohen. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
He's coming. Double up, double up. Monday.
Hey, alert. Hey, seam 6.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Washington's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Bravo.
On 1st down, it's Rosen. This one into the hands of Burton. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6.
Get ready. Smooth. Let's go, Mike.
And now it's Rosen looking. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. Gonna let one fly. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson in the final seconds of the 1st half as the Bears push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground, as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
319. Bring it. Hey, check back.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
It's a party now. Check nine.
Hey, alert, alert.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
All right, here we go. Time.
On 2nd and 7, Rosen. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Rosen now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
80. 44 is the mic. 44.
Here's Rosen. And it's caught. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys.
Rosen to throw again. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Great job, man.
Tariq Cohen, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season, as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after here coming up. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Bears 42, Packers 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's an entire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Throwing is Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Khalil Mack, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is taken at about the 14. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Middle.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. Rosen now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Buzz.
Check 91 is the mic.
Rosen will throw. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there. Right? The Packers on third down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taking it about the 16. 21 yards. Well done on the return.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Alert, alert. Coming. 44's the mic. 44's mic. Check, check. Kermit.
Hey, Echo.
Mike spoke both.
Hug, Monday.
Alert.
Hey, quarter.
Alert.
To throw is Rosen. It's complete to Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
Hug. Hey, Zoo.
Check 91. 91 is the mic. Mike 91. Coach, 91 is the mic.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Complete to Washington. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they?
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his second touchdown of the night as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
It wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Very good return that time. 18 yards.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So the Bears with a football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Alert! Kill!
They try again with Cohen. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check. Alert. Check the backer. Alert, flare.
Check. 61, matchbox, lights.
Check.
Alert.
Rosen to throw on 3rd down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. if you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Again, it's Jones. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.